thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
This is taken at the 3. Time to see what this Detroit Lions offense can do. And Matthew Stafford, who this last week threw for 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception in the win for Detroit over Cleveland. Gosh, his touchdown to interception ratio, 17-5.
That's exactly what you're looking for, because really 2-to-1 is the ratio all quarterbacks shoot for. The greats are better than 3-to-1. Matthew Stafford on track here in 2017, has his Lions in playoff contention.
A couple consecutive wins, 5-4 right now. On first down, it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
That's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on to punt. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. play fake here on first down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year. But it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, 4th best in the league.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, file it away, lad, file it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
When you talk about pure speed on the corner, you have to talk about Darius Slay, because this guy in high school, 100-meter, 200-meter state champ, he can flat out run. The thing he's looking to increase, takeaways. Only 7 takeaways in his last 4 seasons. He wants to live up to his nickname, which is Big Play Slay.
So 2nd and 10 here. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw here. He's got his targets come. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Foul. Placement. Defense.
To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, DJ Hayden. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
So the offense taking over in just a second, but you know, last year, going off the script a little bit, so much talk around Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, who would go 1, who would go 2, and will they pan out? Well, this year, they are both panning out really well.
They certainly are, and they went 1 and 2. Jared Goff, number 1 to the Rams. Wentz, number 2 to the Eagles. Wentz became the starter as a rookie, played all 16 games, and here in the second season, a lot of MVP talk surrounds him, and rightly so. Jared Goff got left behind, only started 7 games as a rookie, didn't play that well. Many people want to use the B word on him for bust. No.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate, 56 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Stafford gives to Abdullah. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Well, on that incompletion, let's discuss San Francisco. They're off the schneid. They beat the Giants, so both of those teams now 1-8. Cleveland, the only remaining winless team in the NFL.
And
again,
for them to get out of the #1 pick sweepstakes, because no one really wants to have that, right? Here's our upcoming schedule. Talk about Cleveland. Jacksonville, at Cincinnati, at Los Angeles Chargers, Green Bay, Baltimore, at Chicago, at Pittsburgh. Where's the win?
I think they're going to win this week.
You like them this week against Jacksonville?
They're at home.
I like that one. I'm identifying Baltimore down the stretch.
Oh, you got. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, 67 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Before we see this next possession, you and I were talking before the game about the AFC playoff picture. You got the Pats and the Steelers at 7-2. Those are your best records in that conference. Chiefs at 6-3. Really, they're running away with the AFC West.
Yeah, and that's a surprise, isn't it? Because in preseason, well, I shouldn't say all, but most of us probably thought the AFC West was the toughest division in football. But Denver's fallen off the pace. The Raiders have been a little bit of a disappointment, and the Chargers just can't gain traction. So right now, it's Kansas City's division to lose. And if they get home field, could you imagine all those teams having to visit Kansas City? One of the best atmospheres in the game.
Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year, but just 357 yards. They go back to Abdullah on first. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
A second down run for Abdullah. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing is Stafford, and he connects with Ebron. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. On first down, Stafford here. Caught right side, Tate. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To throw on second down is Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it to T.J. Jones that time, and it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Third and long. It's Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, 28 yards. And the Lions are in for 6. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard, because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for the tight end, Lance Kendricks, there. And that'll make it third down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. So guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Nelson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Nelson. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. One receiver left, three to the right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams from 4 yards out. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And that makes it 14-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. On 1st and 10, Stafford. This is a screen to Abdullah. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he's brought down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss a one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Sean Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama. A big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
All right, here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And I don't know what more they need to see of him than what we're going to see in this player montage. He's been great. Why aren't they winning this game, I guess, is the question.
It is a good question, isn't it? Remember the time we spent with them in practice beforehand and had that little twinkle in his eye where he thought, hey, we can get some bombs in this game. We can get deep, and that's exactly what's going on. But I don't think he thought if they could do that they'd be on the losing end.
They might need more of this air raid attack. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on third and long. Stafford, this is Reddick on the screen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. So it's his third field goal now of the ball game, and they have needed his leg because this last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, Brandon, but now you've got to tell your defense, hey, we need to stop here so we can let this momentum carry us through to the next drive.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. All right, here we go.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd down following the run.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cobb. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Back to throw again. This will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. Jordy Nelson from 3 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? two hands, and in this case, we just saw it with one hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, he just envelops it and brings it in.
He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. On first down, Stafford here. The left side completion to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Stafford on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on second down is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And brought down, but the juke, a very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. He's back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run. Abdullah. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Amir Abdullah taking it in. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. He'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. And this will be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Packers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On third down, they go Montgomery. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. He had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. And you know all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays. And they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. They start the drive with Abdullah. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They go with Abdullah again. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run here. Abdullah. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Now Riddick. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And the spike comes with 9 seconds left to go. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And it's 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.